hasn't been going too well. I've been bouncing up and down a lot. But as you can see also, I have finished the new deck, so that is what we will be playing today. We'll be playing some Dragon Hunter, if you can tell from the little portrait there, but this is similar somewhat to Face Hunter, but it has a lot more value and is a bigger deck, but doesn't get the opponent dead as quickly. It more overwhelms them than anything, so I am going to keep the 1-drop for sure, 2-drop for sure, and the Face Stalker is good. Following is okay, but I think we can look for something a little bit better, especially with such a strong start. Rotnest Drake is something that is quite powerful. We just have to make sure we get a dragon in our hand by the time it becomes useful, because we will be playing, most likely, the 1 dragon in our hand right now. Gonna squelch the opponent. So I don't know if this is Pirate or the Battle Rage Warrior. I don't know its exact name, but the one where you deal damage to all your minions a lot with Risky Skipper. So here, I could trade, but then this trades well. And he might want to double trade anyway, but he could also have a weapon to kill this. But then he would use the weapon to kill this. I almost want to coin out the Primordial Explorer or play the Face Stalker without a secret, without Hero Powering, I mean. Because of those things. And well, even if I did, you can't kill both. This is hard. I'm attacking in there. Weapon, he can just gun this down. And I want to trade here. Yeah, I like the Face Stalker more because it means he has to exert more resources into it. And I mean, if he has the weapon, which he does, this will get the double trade anyway, which kind of sucks. But I think it leaves, it's less clean. And I don't necessarily think I need the value off of the, what's it called? Jesus, I already forgot the Face Stalker. Now we could coin out the 4-drop, but I kind of want to save it for next turn maybe. And this is pretty on curve, so Dragon Queen Alexstrasza is way too hopeful. Twilight Drake was interesting, but I think this is the most unique effect that we can make use of. So I'm going to take that one instead. Attack and then execute or shooty lackey or... Yep, he got it. I bet you he already had a way to deal with it, but... I'm definitely gonna play that and just attack in. Because we will have plenty of dragons coming up to make use of the not losing durability effect. So I'm okay with using 1 now. I kind of want to start going face now. And I think I'm going to. This is pretty efficient. I don't get in the hero power, but I'm okay with that. You can clear off anything pesky with this. If it's not obvious, I haven't played too much with this deck yet. I just recently built it. I think I've got like maybe 5 games under my belt, but I am learning. That was a very unlucky hit for us. That's very frustrating. But that's okay. So now we definitely just have to kill that off. Even though someone's a 3-4 with it, when we do. Or not, I guess. Because guess that'll just go about and do it for us. So he's definitely going to trade in here next turn. But hopefully by then we'll have answers to it, or we can start going face more at it. Honestly, I'm a little bit at a loss. The egg is really the big deal. The lackey coming back as a 2/2 isn't awful. Really, I think the strength of this deck comes down to these storm hammers and how well you can use them to go face, as well as the power of your rottenness tricks. That's what I've found in these few games I've played. And against this deck, rottenness trick just doesn't seem all that powerful, and I don't find myself being able to go face a whole lot of the time. So in short, my instinct is that this is a bad matchup, especially with all his value he's getting from the weapons. He's gotten really lucky to draw all 3 of them. But rather be lucky than good. This just, yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. I'm gonna do this just so we can get a second game in. That's kind of a frustrating loss. It's one of those ones where, like, maybe you could have done something differently. Maybe you could have stuck it out a little bit longer. Like, maybe my game plan should have just been to go face the whole time, but with what I went in knowing and the game plan I had going in, there's not much to be done. That's always frustrating. Alright, another warrior, which is not promising. I thought I might play this deck a lot, but if warrior ends up being as bad of a matchup as I think it is, and we keep running into a lot of it, and I think we will, because warrior, excuse me, it seems to be one of the most popular classes, really. Then I think we might have to switch off of this deck, but I crafted the cards for it, so I'm gonna hold out a little bit longer. Just play on curve here. 1 into 2 into 3 is nice. And also when I say I crafted the cards for it, I only had to craft the storm hammers and then play through more of the solo adventure to get the rottenness drakes. So it wasn't that big of a deal, but definitely just continue to play on curve here. Whenever the games you play against warrior where they have the weapon versus where they don't are just so different, and it's very, very telling. We're just gonna armor our weapon up though and go face. So last game we tried sticking to the board more, and that didn't really work out. So this game, I'm gonna try just all out aggro as much as possible. To be clear, I think this deck is a much more controlling version than the last one, which leads into my second point of depending on the makeup of your hand and your opponent's hand and how the game is playing out, you may need to play differently, and you have to be flexible, but in this case, I think it's okay to try the extremes just to figure it out. You have to be okay with losing, but learning in order to play the deck better and win more often. So here I'm going to try more all-out aggression. Obviously there I want to keep some semblance of board control if possible, but more often than not, if it's close, I'm going to try and go face as much as possible. So here, biggest minion, all face, and then I'm also going to coin out the Fell Wing. Even though you can attack clearly into it, we're not going to get much use out of the coin with this hand, because this Storm Hammer is probably going to get stranded. And the rest of them are all 2s that are also kind of stranded right now, so we don't have use for the excess mana. Now that could change with certain draws, like the Rottenness Drake or things like that, but if we draw those cards, I think we're in a good position anyway, where we don't need the against a bomb warrior when you're not a Highlander deck and the bombs don't turn off all your Highlander cards. That is really nice. Okay, one bomb isn't a big deal. Definitely just gonna tracking here. It's really the only productive thing we can do. So if I take the Phase Stalker, it's gonna get a freezing trap, which renders this freezing trap useless. But if I take the snake trap, I won't have a minion for him to attack into, so I'm just gonna take the Phase Stalker. And I think freezing this is okay. I'm also gonna attack Phase because we have the second Storm Hammer. And I think we're gonna need to use as many of the resources that we have available as possible. And if I don't attack there, then this is just rotting away. We'll most likely be able to play it and get a lot of value out of it with dragons off the top. And if not, it means we were kind of in a losing position to begin with, or we're winning without it. So I think that's correct there. Does not matter where he attacks, it is getting frozen. Okay. I'm not really all too concerned about that. So we have 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are 2 mana short. And we don't have a dragon in hand. That's a problem for the corrosive breaths. So we're gonna go tracking. I really like Rottenness Drake, actually, I think. I can't do everything I want to this turn. But I want to take it. That was really dumb. I should have attacked first. Holy moly, I'm very lucky. That was really stupid. I got really lucky there. I need to play smarter. The other freezing trap, though, will be nice. He's digging. Desperate Battle Rage is a good one to see. Shield Slam, yep, makes sense. Corsair Cash, sure. I don't know if we have outs for lethal here. I'm not gonna play that, and here's why. Right now it's a race more than it is a value game for me. So if I play that, I don't get to get in the hero power while also playing the Storm Hammer. Secondly, I also want a dragon in hand in the off chance that I need to use this Rottenness Drake. Even if it's like a desperation Rottenness Drake where I need to like clear a big taunt minion in order to win, I still think that's valuable. I'm even thinking about just Rottenness Draking here. Tempo, as a tempo play and trying getting things clear. But I think that's, well, is that too bad? It's also a big body, but so is the big ol' whelp. No matter what, I want the Storm Hammer to go Phase, because like I said, I want to try that strategy. And we're playing the Fairy Dragon. I'm gonna... Yes, Dr. Boom in hand still. And Dr. Boom is not bringing along any boom bots with it. So I think, with that in mind, I'm okay with saving the Rottenness Drake for the 7/7. That was a good draw. I'm actually thinking about trading here now. And I think I will. I think it's just too smart to, because it protects the 3/2 and starts to clear things if he plays Boom. Which if he does, he'll be very sad to see that he gets no boom bots. But unfortunately for us, to be honest, he doesn't have an opportunity to play it because he would just be dead on board, so. Oh, I don't have a dragon in hand. Oh no. I need to draw a dragon here. Well. That's actually not too bad. Because I can go with this here. And it's a 50-50 to go face or hit it. And so I think that's what we have to do. Nice. I'm going to use my face because I have the health to do it. And if I trade off my only dragon, it's bad for the Stormhammer, so. I'm definitely looking for a dragon to draw, though. So this Rottenness Drake can be useful. I think, well, playing the Fairy Dragon's kind of iffy. And that's another reason why I should have maybe thought more about the Rottenness Drake. That was a tough turn, deciding between the Biggle Whelp and the Rottenness Drake. Sure. Play one more minion, please. Kill off your stuff. Yes, that's happening every time pretty clearly. Well, we drew the dragon. And we're gonna take the 50-50 here and hope. Of course we whiffed. Do we clear this now? 11, 9, 11, so we'd be at 13 with the hero power. Now he trades in, and he's at 7, and we have 6. I'm gonna trade in. Again, I'm not sure if this is correct. I said I was gonna go all face if it was close, but this has been a struggle of a game. There's definitely some different choices I could have made and some unfortunate outcomes that have happened, but at the end of the day, Warrior's also just a very powerful class and can be hard to beat because, like, he's gained so much armor at this game. It's hard to compete with that. 2, 3, 4. Like, he's at 18 health, and how much damage have I dealt to him? It's kind of crazy. Excuse me. We'll stick it out a little bit longer though, but I think this game is pretty lost. It's really annoying that he's like not making plays very quickly either. It's a pretty winning position. I guess it makes sense that he has to tread it a little carefully, but realistically not. Alright, we are going to... That's frustrating, but we learned a good amount too, so... I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought. If there's any decks you have suggestions for, if you want to keep seeing the Dragon Hunter 2. I'll probably be playing some more of it and just seeing how it goes, feeling it out, trying to get better with the deck, so I'll see you